in World War II. It's going to go up near the National Mall right by the Air and Space Museum. News 4's Tom Sherwood here now with some local views of Eisenhower's legacy. Tom?
Leon, a war hero, a world leader, and someone who changed the face and future of America. The national anthem, soaring tribute to the humble man from Abilene, Kansas. His imprint on the security of the world, American commerce, and civil rights finally being recognized in the nation's capital. History buff and former Virginia Congressman Tom Davis.
This guy changed the course of history. He was never, I would guess, a darling of the liberal media. So he hasn't been celebrated to the same extent some of these other people who accomplished, no, not as much.
Ready, set, dig.
The outdoor 4-acre memorial garden at 4th and Independence will cost about $100 million and comes after 17 years of heated debate over design and focus.
I have the building permit for the National Park Service. Agencies, boards, commissions that you have to go through to finally get a permit. We have the permit. I'm not letting loose of this.
The memorial will replace dilapidated landscaping near the Federal Education Department and Museum of the American Indian. West Point Army First Captain Simone Askew of Fairfax High School, now leader of the 4,000-member class of 2018, said Eisenhower inspires today.
The values of duty, honor, country, and we revere him for his dedication to such values.
We must be willing, individually and as a nation, to accept whatever sacrifices may be required of us.
Strength, humility, discipline, integrity. Now we live in an era where it can seem those things no longer matter.
The memorial is due to open in May 2020, the 75th anniversary of VE Day, victory in Europe. You know, I got to tell you, the Southeast-Southwest Freeway.
Yes, know it well.
It is actually named after Dwight Eisenhower. Back in 1990, they never put up the signs. You know, he is the father of the interstate highway system back in the 50s.
That's right.
He said we needed it for commerce and for security. So every time you're stuck in traffic, think of Dwight.
You can think Ike.
Thank you,
I like
Tom.
Ike, still.
We do like Ike.
Even in bad traffic.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Tom. Check this out. Ever wonder how they paint all those straight lines on athletic fields? Back in the old days, it was done by hand and string. But now it's all about technology. Montgomery County Parks Department testing out the Intelligent One robot. And we caught it in action yesterday in Gaithersburg. This replaces a human by using GPS technology. Can paint an entire soccer field in 35 minutes.
He looks a little like Wall-E. See that movie, Wall-E?
Yes.
It's very adorable.
Yes.
A consumer alert this afternoon, not so cute. Nearly 38 million fire extinguishers are being recalled. Consumer reporter Susan Hogan in our newsroom to tell you what you need to know about this.
That's right. There are millions of these in our homes. Kidde fire extinguishers. The company asked stores to stop selling the recalled models last month. Now today, the Consumer Product Safety Commission announced the recall. The CPSC says the extinguishers can become clogged or require excessive force to discharge, which means they can fail during a fire. One death has already been blamed on a recalled extinguisher after emergency crews could not get it to work when they responded to a car fire following a crash. Many of these recalled models have plastic handles on them. Now the CPSC says the replacement extinguishers available free to consumers now will not.
The new extinguisher will have a metal handle on it, and all of those problems our scientists and our staff believe have been addressed in this new design.
Now we have a list of the affected model numbers. There's a lot of them, and we have all of them for you. So get onto our NBC Washington app. You're just going to want to search fire extinguisher. Leon.
All right, thank you, Susan. Now to a hunger extinguisher, a menu item you'd expect to see at Cava or Chipotle. Not so much in a high school lunch line, but starting this week, students and staff at schools across Fairfax County are ordering up a special chicken shawarma meal. Marinated chicken topped with fresh veggies and yogurt. It turns out it was the brainchild of a group of high school students from Lake Braddock. They worked on this recipe for about 10 months, and they won a countywide contest to have their food featured in the schools. It's a bit more complicated than just finding a tasty meal. It's also about balancing ingredient costs and calories.
Cut down and calculate how much sodium, how much chicken, how many ounces of yogurt. We had to basically it was